Welcome to another episode of Blockrevision. Today, as it's Black Friday, we don't have much of volatility on the markets as yesterday was day off, but it's starting to turn up, and today we will discuss mainly where are the opportunities on the market, whether it's crypto, commodities, stocks. We will find out possibly the best occasions. So I would like to get you through particular charts that I found the most interesting. Today, maybe the episode will be a bit shorter in time, but hopefully you'll find it useful in terms of your gaining knowledge of becoming the best investor of all time. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. All right, and let's get into trade idea. And trade idea is one of this subject that I will start this episode with, as we are just jumping into the most interesting chart for today. We don't have much of a news regarding the stock market today. There are some issues regarding the COVID cases in China, as that may spook the outlook for the upcoming times for or even next quarters of this and next year consecutively. That's why there's kind of a fear on the market that is rising. That's why I would find that next week will be rather more downside projected than upwards, but I will try to get it through with you. So let's have a look at first elements that I want you to take care of the most. Right now, crypto is suffering very unusual case that few billions dollars has evaporated of the market after this FTX bankruptcy. So Mr. Choppy Market, that is a CEO of Binance Exchange, decided to construct a fund that will help the industry to tackle with troubles. So that fund should commit kind of a financial support for some of the most important for the environment names. Among them, there is a recently also in trouble. That was the name. What was? Sorry for this. That was Genesis. Genesis. So this recovery fund might be a catalyst that may bring some stability to the market. But contagion on the market may entail much more names that we are discussing right now. Choppy is just considering helping out few of the most important entities, but we can find that the extent of this avalanche of collapse of bankruptcies may just strengthen out. So I would be very cautious in approach to Bitcoin and altcoins market right now. Right here we have kind of a finding a way to tackle with the problem, but I do find that there are many more black swans right now that are revolving around, and many of them may eventually turn out the market. There are also the miners environment, where we can find that many of those units are suffering from rising electricity prices, and also a very high hash rate of Bitcoin, and that's why mining Bitcoin becoming less and less affordable for many. So that's my few cents into this issue. Right now we'll jump into your anticipated subject, that is charting. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, let's all right, so in terms of, I just want to make things clear. In terms of economic calendar, we haven't had much of a recently important events. That's why I decided to skip it. But just for your knowledge, let's find out what happened yesterday. We had some speeches of Fed that mainly aimed to the point that this kind of loosening conditions, tightening conditions will be indispensable in some term. So that's why I do find that markets have tipped right for this, that there is a higher probability of lowering the pace of hiking interest rates, but I wouldn't be so sure that there will be a much lower level of hike than 0.75. The 0.5 is on the table, and we would stick to this, but right now markets might be overreacting. That's why some calm should be expected. All right, so once again, backtracking to the charting elements, what we got out there, DXY, we can find that has found possibly a bottom. We can find this right here, an exhaustion candle that's short in its height, but eventually pointing out to that we might be finding out the bottom. That also converges with the recent lows of August and late June. That's why I would expect that DXY may rebound from these levels. In terms of forward chart, let's have a look. Yeah, we have possibly forming kind of a bottom information that still is yet to be proved, but there are, if we just jump fiercely out of this 105 barrier, I would expect this one to rise further. Also, for the on the sake of the possible rebound, we can observe that this is psychologically important level. 105 was the one that we have struggled for some time to get through, and right after has helped us to hike in valuation even further. So right now that's DXY, and we are jumping to US 100. So US 100 recently has risen relatively far. We had very nice bounce out of this boundary of 11,500s, but right now we are taking profits. That's a common phenomenon that on Black Friday, either it's Nasdaq or Bitcoin, mainly psychologically driven indexes that are prone to much of an outstanding volatility, often reacts to Black Friday. I don't know why. That might be of a psychological bias regarding this these assets, but I wouldn't really fight with this, and possibly with Black Friday let it drop a bit. So let's jump to SPX. Is holding still tight, but with US 100 selling off, we could find that this rally may stop for a while, but we have exceeded recent highs out of the November. That's why I would expect that after kind of a little break in this rally, we would find a way to get back to where we were, or where we are right now, and afterwards move forward, touching eventually this higher boundary of this this lowering trend line. That if crossed, if broke through, there will be not really much of a supply above. That's why I would expect this one to rise even further up to 4300s. Right after, let's get to the 40. We can find the German index right now is breaking out of this kind of a doubtful formation. We can find there's an ascending wedge that usually used to break downwards, but this time in the name of local euphoria, we can find that this one is breaking out, but has much of a problems with holding this valuation. That's why as we are right at the very important resistance, I would expect this one to break even lower. So Germany 40 is the one to watch very closely. If it gets below recent lows, recent confirmed lows, I would track it and won't hesitate to possibly bet against it. But for now, we need a confirmation. All right, so let's right now jump to USD WTI. We can find that we are reverting out of this recent rise that we have been found at. So USD WTI is right now in the one that is struggling with gains right now. This I would just show you my projection for this one. So yeah, right now we are struggling with this boundary at 76 bucks, but we find a hardness in terms of rebounding of this low. That's why I would also track very carefully reaction to this area. If it won't succeed, if it eventually gets lower and will sliding through this level little by little, I would expect this USD WTI to get even lower. But for now, we still need a confirmation on USD WTI. We may still find a possible bottom even after that type of slide. Right now we are at the low rate in terms of RSI. That's why it's more risky to short from here rather than head to long. But for the longs, we need to find a possible bottom within this range. In terms of natural gas, we can find that today at the very morning we had formed a very strong reversal formation that right now is kind of a presage for the further downturn move. So natural gas right now is untouchable for me. If you don't have already position, I would wait for possible rebound from any of those levels of 7.4. Otherwise, wait for a slide lower to 7.14 barrier. So natural gas is for me rather in a downward mode, and that would need a kind of a strength in order to revert that tendency and caveat the bears. In terms of gold, I would right now expect that gold will slide lower to the levels of 724 and even lower, with confirmation of the recent stop that might be right around low 700s. So gold right now is in a sell-off tendency, and we are kind of a correcting the recent impulse been commenced on the beginning of November. So for me, I wouldn't touch gold unless you have already a position right there, or want to take advantage of the possible fallout of this consolidation. So if you react quick, you may catch some slide, but I would rather wait for correction from here, as we are just encountering a recent support that may also react to those price levels right here. In terms of most interesting for now, also that's Euro USD, that's starting up a very strong sell-off after unsuccessful breach of recent highs of 1.05 levels. So for me, Euro USD is the one that should correct to the levels of the parity around. So among the most important elements today, I decided to show you up the charts. Let me know whether there are any comments for today's video. We don't have it, as if you have any other other topics to breach in the next session, just leave it in the comments. Your proposition, leave in your comments below the video. So today I'm leaving you this Black Friday's evening. Have a great weekend, and thank you for tuning in. If you have enjoyed, always remember about giving that thumb up. Thank you once again, and see you